Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Theriot, and today I'm bringing you guys a new video showcasing my exact strategy I use to scale up ad accounts from $1,000 a day upwards to $22,000 in a day in ad spend. You're going to learn the exact strategy we use once we find a proven audience, offer, and creative to scale pretty aggressively while still being profitable. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every other day helping the Shopify e-com business owner scale their business in 2021. Let's get started. Okay, so now that we're inside this ad account, I want to show y'all really quick. We started this promotion on January 14th of 2021, and we've been running it all the way up until today, which is February 3rd, 2021. You can see we started off with $1,000 in ad spend per day. And if we look back to today's results, you can see we spent $22,000 in a day, and we did a little over 3x return for this particular ad account. Now, we have been getting limited over the last, say, 3-4 days. I think our first limitation was Saturday. So if I go back and scroll through, you can see the last 4 days, we've been hitting a 3x return on ad spend, and we've been hitting a $22,000 daily limit. So just to showcase to y'all that this is actually real, I can go ahead and refresh the page, whatever it takes. This is real. This is for one of our clients, and we've been scaling and pushing pretty hard. So before we actually show you exactly how we can scale that aggressively, we need to understand a few key things. So when you're scaling Facebook ads, a lot of people think, hey, you get 1 or 2, sales, we can start pushing and spending more aggressively on it, and it's going to just work. While that is kind of true, it doesn't entirely work once you start crossing over the $100,000, $10,000 a day range. And in fact, once you start pushing harder and harder, you need to ensure that these 3 key concepts are perfect. So in order to spend more, you need to make sure you have proven creatives that are working from time to time again. You need to make sure you have a proven offer, something that a lot of people want, and you need some very large proven audiences. So we've worked with like a gaming chair company before where, it was really hard to scale past like the $500 a day to $1,000 a day in ad spend because there was only a certain amount of buyers in the market actively ready for a gaming chair. So in order for us to scale past that, we had to use some few other techniques that were completely different. That's a whole nother video. But for this particular ad account, we could scale very aggressively because we had a very good offer. We had some very large audiences. We were going completely broad open with our top funnel audiences, and our creatives just worked really well. So if we dig deeper further into this, we want at least like 6 proven creatives to, start off with when you start to scale. These are creatives that work, and your offer needs to be big. So for this particular ad account, literally anyone that is in a relationship or has a daughter or son that's in a relationship, or maybe friend that's in a relationship, they want to just be nice, just anyone that knows someone or is in a relationship and has a significant other, this particular product they would love. So we had a very, very, very wide offer that we could present to a lot of people. It wasn't that narrow. Now, our audiences were huge. Our proven audiences was literally broad, completely open US market. So that allowed us to spend a lot and allowed us to really scale very quickly. If you have a very narrow offer, maybe not the greatest creatives, very small audiences, it's going to be very, very hard to scale, say, past $1,000 a day in ad spend. So let me show you guys exactly what strategy we used to actively scale this. So first things first is you need to test creatives and audiences. You need to make sure you're getting your creatives and your audiences tested before you start to scale. Because if you try to start scaling unproven audiences and unproven creatives, what happens is you start to throw spin at something you don't know works, and you're going to blow a lot of money. Whereas for us, we do low budget testing, and what works, we gradually start to increase the spend on it from, $5 to $10 a day per creative, all the way up to a few $1,000s a day in creatives once we start to scaling. So we set up an ABO campaign, so ad set budget optimization with whatever proven audiences we know work right now. We test those creatives, And then we start to expand on some more audiences, do another ABO campaign, except this time we're just testing audiences with the proven creatives from the first campaign. Then what we do is we take all the ad sets that work and all the creatives that work, mix them all up together, and we do a CBO campaign. So we'll have 5 proven audiences, say have, 3 or 4 proven creatives per ad set. And then you have a CBO campaign, $100 a day with everything we know that works. And then you can start increasing this by 20% daily if KPIs are being met. Now, Nick, what do you do? How do you scale aggressively at $100 a day with a 20% daily increase? Because to be honest, that's pretty damn slow. So what can you do to further increase the effectiveness of this? How can you scale this harder? And that's the question we've ran into plenty of times. So we started to just simply duplicate that CBO campaign with a higher budget. So we start off at $100 a day. If that's working well, something at $100 a day is not going to work better or at $1,000 a day. So if you're getting a 5x return on ad spend at $100 a day for the CBO campaign, when you duplicate it at, say, $1,000 a day, you'll probably see like a 3 to 4x return on ad spend, and so on as you start to scale. It's just the way the system works, because Facebook has to really dig further and further into people that are not really ready to buy yet. So it takes a little bit more ad impressions to really get someone to convey over. So the more you scale, the worse your results are going to get. So you need to make sure you're converting really well at $100 per day, because nothing's going to get better once you duplicate and scale higher. So if your $100 a day is working good, and let's say you need to scale very quickly, like, hey, I need to spend $100,000 in the next 30 days quickly, then what you want to do is duplicate that campaign and do it a 2 to 10x budget. So you can duplicate it. I did mine at $1,000 a day. I tested $1,000 a day efficiency, and we passed. And I was like, okay, great. This is exactly what we needed. So if we go back, I'm actually going to go back inside the ads manager and show you all this. So what I did was right here is I created this particular campaign, $1,000 daily, and you can't really see the results right here. So let me go down into the ad set, and you can see right here, we did somewhere around like a 2.7 if I had to guess off the back for this particular campaign, and it worked well. It proved to us that this is scalable, and we knew this offer worked really well just from previous history and also testing new creatives. So we knew this was going to work, so we need to scale further. So how can you further scale that? Well, first thing is you want to keep continuing testing audiences, so that way when these burn out, you have more that are going in here, which can be duplicated into higher campaigns. So you want to keep testing audiences in the background while you're scaling your bigger campaigns. But the next step, and this is the third step right here, is where you want to go ahead and take the ad set that's been working really well in your scaling #1 campaign, and you want to duplicate that ad set into its own CBO campaign. So say if it's a purchase 7-day audience, purchase 7-day LLA lookalike audience, you want to duplicate that ad set inside a CBO campaign, and you want to duplicate that ad set 4 times. So you have 5 total ad sets all targeting the same audience and with all proven creatives. And then you want to set the budget to like $1,000 a day, so that way you have a high budget again, something that you're probably already doing right now. So your campaign will look something like this. We have 5 different ad sets in here with that were proven in prior campaigns. So it's all it is a completely broad open audience, and it's been proven and worked really well for us. So we just put it in here, duplicated 5 times, and we just kept scaling this particular campaign. So I'm gonna look at the lifetime real quick. We spent almost $100,000 on this particular campaign, or amongst these 5 ad sets. We generated back $279,000, and we literally did that in almost 7 days. So we pivoted pretty hard with this particular campaign right here, and we start pushing it really hard once we found out these work. We start off on the 26th with this particular campaign, and at around probably like $1,000 a day, scaled it up a little bit, and then literally by Friday we were spending $14,000 in a day, upwards to today where we spent around $12,000. We've been hovering around $10,000 to $12,000 just for this particular campaign, and we still have multiple other ones that are currently running right now. So that's what we did, and what I recommend doing is just keep taking audiences that are working, put them in a smaller CBO, and the ones that are working really well, these duplicating them into higher CBOs or single CBOs, single ad set CBOs that are just duplicated a few times. It's where you have 5 ad sets in 1 CBO and just keep scaling it up. Again, increase the budget by either doubling the budget if you're trying to scale really hard. But if you're not trying to scale hard, just do a 20% increase. And the reason why I recommend trying both is because if you don't need to scale fast, like you want to scale fast, but you don't have to. Like for us, for this particular ad account, we had to scale extremely fast. This is a limited offer. It's very hot every year, so we need to spend as much as we possibly could. So we were in some time constraints. If you don't need to scale fast, don't really do it. And the reason why is because when you scale fast, you risk your risk of losing money is a lot higher, but also too, you're running the risk of losing the optimization and stuff. And when you lose optimization and stuff, your results start to drop really hard and it just becomes a mess. So gradual 20% increases, duplicate a CBO at a higher budget. And if you do need to spend fast, just start duplicating that budget every single day to where you literally start off at $100 a day, 200, 400, 800, 1600, 3200, 6400. I mean, it goes very quickly over a few days. So that's the second strategy right there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is all a part of a massive case study I will be dropping very soon on this channel. Lastly, if you're an e-com business owner and you're spending at least $1,000 in ad spend daily, you want a free consultation with us on how we can help you continue to scale and grow your brand to multiple six figures a month, just like we did for multiple of other clients, please click the link below, book a call with me. We'll dive into your ad account. We'll take a look at everything and figure out the best route for you to go to continue scaling to those routes you're trying to hit. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I post new videos every other day, helping, empowering the Shopify e-com business owner in 2021 and helping them scale their business while maintaining profits. Again, my name is Nick Theriot and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.